Yes, hi, guys. Good afternoon to all of you. Yes, back again today. Let me switch on the lights that is interior in the car so that at least I'll get a clear illumination in the car. Yeah, Fola Smith, good afternoon to you. You've actually logged in. Now, I've just been forced, as a matter of fact, to park somewhere in rural Kent. And to be precise, I'm actually in Bexley Heath. So, I'm not on break at the moment. So the reason why I have decided to pull up off the A2 into Bexley Heath to make this show is on one front. But before I do that, yes, Lola Odulano, you're welcome to the show. I can support you as well. I'm going to tell you exactly what I really want to talk about this dark, greyish weather in London. The time is just 15:35 and today's date is Monday, the 10th day of December 2018. The title of my podcast this afternoon is very simple. It's not the usual hashtag 2019 Nigeria decides. Shobuki, you're welcome. Tolu Kisombe, you're welcome. The title of the show this afternoon is hashtag IBB. Did you get that? Yes. Hashtag IBB. It is, should I say acronym or an abbreviation? I think it is. Yeah, it is an abbreviation. Let me put it this way. Abbreviation for Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the former military president in our country that a lot of Nigerians still consider the most ruthless man in the history of Nigeria, which, to be very honest with you, I personally disagree with many of these Nigerians who has labeled Ibrahim Babangida as the initiator of the 419. He killed Delegiwa. He annulled June 12. But before I do that, guys, I'm going to seize that opportunity as well to invite other people into the show so that they can actually share as well in what I have to tell you. It is a special one, and obviously because in the last few couple of days a lot of people know quite well that I've got a special affection for Ibrahim Babangida. The whole world knows. They know. And I am not going to dissociate myself or take away that special bond and friendship that exists between IBB and I. So hence hashtag IBB. I'm going to run you through some things that a lot of people don't know, but let me first seize this opportunity to invite other people in. Sonia Blemik, yes, thank you. I can see you. Tolu Kisombe, yes, I can see you guys. I'm going to swipe that to one side because it's live in the car, but in the meantime, whilst I invite other people into the show, let me give you this. I think this particular tune means a lot. So here it is whilst I invite other people in. Yeah, Pure Enterprise. Koniburo, yeah, Shobuki. Koniburo. Koniburo. Yeah, Orimi. Koniburo. Mẹ́ta tó lù wá bá kọ́, kò sẹ́ni tó lè padà. Orimi. Koniburo. Orimi. Koniburo. Gbàgbé mi, Olúwa, kó má gbàgbé mi. Olúwa, kó má gbàgbé mi. Olúwa, kó má gbàgbé mi. Ire kálukú ọwọ́ Ẹlẹ́dà ló wà. Olúwa, kó má gbàgbé mi. Olúwa, kó má gbàgbé mi. Oh yes. Láyé Olúwa kó má gbàgbé mi. Ire kálukú ọwọ́ Ẹlẹ́dà ló wà. Olúwa kó má gbàgbé mi. Right. Godwin Kennedy, yes. Kálukú ọwọ́ Ẹlẹ́dà ló wà. Olúwa kó má gbàgbé mi. Right, let's carry on and see what we've got. Yeah, Ray, Blue. Oh yes. Yes, Sonia Blemik is in. I can spot Sonia Blemik. Akimade Bola, yeah. Arinile. Baba. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Okelechi, yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm really getting there very gradually. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there. Okay. You can see that Baba Fono Honwa. That was the title of that tune there, and it's let me just key that a little bit and let me see who is actually in, because I've got quite a handful of guys in. Yes, Sonya Blemik, Alaji Aremu, Osholade, Alakofo, Ebeja Zeles, and Larry Popola, Ikechuku Williams, Ifeanyi. Yeah, my good friend Olushaguni, Olushola, Sonny Ekpe, Edo Bolo, Ayonobanjo is equally in. Yes, AAC Action, yeah, Enyolong da Koshe Faraway, yes, Dr. Umia Kitinde and Prince Adebokun Kingsley Uzoma is equally in as well. Now, guys, good evening. I've been forced, like I said earlier on in my intro, to actually pull up. I was right on the A2 coming from Canterbury, and obviously when I got to Canterbury, I got something that someone actually sent through to me, and that was when I was prompted to act. So I said to myself, before I get caught up in the traffic on the M2 and the A2, let me just quickly push myself towards London, and if I get up to either Bexley Heath or Bexley, then I'm going to pull up and I'm going to make this special podcast to the rest of the world. Now, Enolon Dakoshe Faraway sent me the stuff, but I knew about that stuff earlier on, because I think it was towards the tail end of last week that Peter Price equally sent a similar thing to me, and I know for a fact that the reason why those people, or a majority or a handful of people out there, kept sending me the stuff, obviously is because of my affections for retired General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Hence the title of this show, it is quite simple and straightforward. Hashtag IBB. That is hashtag Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Now, I think it was on Sunday. Yes, it was on Sunday that Peter Price, one of my avid listeners and follower on my show, actually inboxed me the picture of former President Ibrahim Babangida. So when I got that from her, I am aware of exactly what is happening to IBB at any given point in time, and not that I'm really crippled, and I am the type of person who is extremely proud. I'm very proud, and I don't really believe that because IBB is my friend and a very good friend of mine, I should go down to that level as to begging people before I can survive. When everything collapsed on me, when I was really below ground, a lot of people made a mockery of myself. And they said, oh, you know IBB, you know this, you know that. Why do you keep suffering? And I said to them, look, my hands are blessed. Fine. I know these people, but under normal circumstances, there is nothing in terms of, they know, these people, they know my strength, they know what I am good at. And I told people, I said, when I am ready with whatever I intend to go into, what you use such polemic people for in life, if you're connected through to them, what you can use them for is use them to uplift yourself to a different realm of life. So I got that that stuff from Peter Price on Saturday at exactly a minute past 8 o'clock. So it was on my Facebook Messenger. So when she sent the picture to me, she then said to me, this was what she said in that. She said, what happened to your IBB? So when she sent that to me, what happened to your IBB? Then I replied, Peter Price, and I said, old age plus the stress associated to being a head. That was my reply to Peter Price. Before I read some of the comments that a lot of people posted on there, let me tell you a little bit about something here, because I'm sure most of you guys, you must have watched last week. I think it was last week, Friday, yeah, the burial ceremony of the former, was it the 41st or 42nd President of the United States, George H.W. Bush. You must have watched that, because I watched the entire ceremony from the beginning to the end. Now, we all saw the different accolades, the different soothing words from a variety of people, those who are really close to the late George H.W. Bush. One particular one that really moved, two people really moved me during that funeral ceremony at the church. First was his friend, who said emphatically that George H.W. Bush loves people. And the moment he loves someone, his friendship is forever. He loves, and a particular word that was prevalent from both his friend, who was equally caught up in the political misnomer in the United States, was loyalty. George H.W. Bush was loyal to his friends to his death. His son, George W. Bush, equally came up and spoke so well of his father. He repeated the same love and loyalty that his father had towards his mother, his children, and his friends. You see, one thing that is completely missing in the fibers of the black race, if I may put it that way, is that precious word, love. See, this is now taking me back to my very first podcast that I made, in which I did outline if truly black leaders love their own people. I mean in that podcast I never referred to the new age leaders or our leaders, our founding fathers, the people who sold us as slaves. Do they really love us in the first place? That podcast is still there for you people to actually look at. You see, when that love was pressed to me, that was my very first podcast on Facebook. I said it, and I assured you people that that love that I have made will probably be a knock-on effect on many of the podcasts that I'm going to chunk out in the foreseeable future. I was right. It was like I was in spirit. You see, my personal rapport and friendship with General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida is not based on money. No, it's not. It is not based on monetary gains, but it was based on the genuine love and loyalty that I had and I'm still having for him. One thing is very clear, because I've spent a good deal of my time, that no other prospective journalist or publisher spent with IBB. When I said good quality time, when I am with him anytime, he always had time for me. IBB will open up to me because we're just friends. And I remembered on one of the occasions during my personal interactions with him, and then suddenly came the sad news that somebody died in Kaduna, and IBB had to say, Frank, you hold on there. I'm just going to go over to Kaduna now and be back. Just stay there. So I escorted him to his main gate to board his car. Not that he flew from Minna to Kaduna. I escorted him. Tons, hundreds of people at his gate. He stepped outside of that gate and he was actually asking each and every one in that gate. If I am not mistaken, if I was asked to take inventory of the huge crowd of people right on that big, huge gate, the metal gate at the hilltop, I probably would have easily counted 200 people, between 150 to 200 people, all wanting to see Ibrahim Babangida. Okay. Because they were all there, IBB had that time. He attended to every one of them, even before leaving for Kaduna. You, okay, see me tomorrow. You see me so day. See me so the day so. And he had with him, as he was given those appointments, his PA, Captain Jalingo, who was taking note of everyone who were to see him and the precise date that he gave them. Because these were the things that I saw that many people did not see. And when he was leaving eventually, IBB gave instructions to his men, his CSO, Chief Security Officer, Captain Jalingo, and many of the guys there that Frank Bello you are looking at is not a black man, he's not a Nigerian, he's a white man. And as such, because he's an Englishman, I've got loads of English tea in this place. So let him drink any tea he wants to drink. That was a compliment. And that was because he saw it, that my friendship with him was not based on monetary values, because I knew something was wrong. And I told General Babangida to his face, something is wrong in your spinning, in your PR. You are not simply talking. You need to talk to Nigerians. Sorry, I just had to quickly switch on the car because the temperature in Kent is a bit lower than London. And I told him he's got to talk. Now, because I replied to Pale Peter Price when she sent that picture to me, that old age and the stress of having to be the head, despite the fact that Babangida stepped aside or left power many, many years ago, the onus and the shoulder of huge responsibility still on him, just like it's on Obasanjo and many of them. Perhaps the huge responsibility and what IBB had to confront is probably even far more than Obasanjo himself, because we all know that Obasanjo is a hard man. Obasanjo doesn't give a toss about anybody's progress. He doesn't give a toss about the country. IBB does. I'm telling you guys, IBB does. You see, on Pearl Peter Price War, some people said, simple question, who is this person? And you started preaching, ha, Ogao. Another person said, why do we mock old people, good or bad? One day, we too will find ourselves in that position. My prayer for all is to attain the mandatory age and not die young. IBB has contributed his own to Nigeria. Let God be the judge, and we should also pray to attain his age as well. That is somebody who is perhaps very reasonable, because I'm still coming to the other one I got from Eniolorunda later on today. Kingsley Agberiba, you're welcome. Victor Akiola, you're welcome. Mama T. Jaye Daramola, you're welcome. Bamidele Michael Akorede, you're welcome. Otumba Bola Falako, you're welcome. Pastor Adeo General, you're all welcome to the show. Somebody else said, don't mock him. They had loads and loads of comment. Somebody said, no condition is permanent. What goes up must come down. Another one said, IBB, aka Maradona. It's some of the comments were really so awful that when subsequently yeah, I think I got that from Eniolorunda Koshe Faraway, and that was exactly what really prompted me. And this particular one piece was actually written by Deronke Eunice Abebi. It goes on. Well, let me first put it this way, that she started, and then it was a beautiful masterpiece, and I've read it head to toe, in which Deronke Eunice Abebi outlined the fact and buttressed her argument that in the Southwest, where we came from, we've been taught not to make a mockery of disabled people or old people, because you don't really know exactly what will happen to you too tomorrow. So you have to treat everybody with respect. So what she then said towards the tail end of her write-up, she said, the pictures of General Ibrahim Babangida below has been going round in the last few days. So many people were having a mockery feast of him. I was appalled. And again, it validated the systemic nature of Nigeria's rot, how rotten that country is. Babangida, according to her, is 77 years old. That is correct, because I was the only magazine and publisher that actually did an expose on his 70 years when he turned septuagenarian, and in that particular publication it was titled Tribute to a Legend. Babangida was a legend that many Nigerians still don't respect. He was a legend, and I'll tell you exactly why IBB is a legend amongst many of the previous heads of state and presidents combined. Many who, I'm just going further, many who are mocking him will never be 70. Actually, many of them will be lost to tramadol and many other heavy painkiller before they are 40. According to her again, she said, Babangida was president at 44. That was right. Many who are mocking him are only using social media as an escape from their worries and torments this plane of existence. Many won't be anything of note at 44. Some of them, they don't even, they can't, they, because this man attained that highest exalted office at the age of 44. Some of you might probably say yes, but he attained that exalted office through the barrels of the guns. Yes, that was what was reigning at the time, for you guys to know. Yes, he said it to me, that was what was on the horizon. Had it mean Babangida failed in many of those schools or he was killed, he said to me he was going to make hell. But if you plan a coup and you are successful in the coup, then you make heaven. Yep, Babangida was president. Only a few will have that honor in their lifetime, and that was true. Deronke Eunice Abebi was on point. Not many people are destined to be leaders. Some are anointed to be leader. Some are anointed to be followers. Some are anointed by God to be helpers to those that will lead. Guys, yep. So she then concluded by saying, I don't take kindly to this kind of pathological thoroughfare. If I see any of my friends engaged in this kind of mockery, or if they curse people out or insult them on their timelines, I unfriend them before they bring their pathology to my wall. Do not tell me Babangida is one of those who brought us into this predicament. That is not the topic. Babangida never brought Nigeria into the current predicament, for information. He never did. See, I'm going to show you guys this because I said it earlier. I'm just bringing that from my briefcase. See, in this particular publication that I made for him, I came up and I said the untold story of an orphan. Not many people knew that Babangida was an orphan. Not many people know. He was an orphan. The untold story of an orphan who became the president, his achievements, his military career, his family life, politics, his dreams, and his ideology for a better Nigeria. Plus a few other things that people had to say about him. It's not fair. Nigerians, it is not fair. Of every person that ruled that country, I will assure you, Babangida is the only president or head of state that did worked in that country. Check it out. He ruled for 8 years. Nigerians felt the impact of his administration. Obasanjo ruled for another 8 years. We had bad roads, we had everything. One thing you have to discover, or you have to think about IBB, somebody questioned me, they said, what paradise did IBB created when he was in power? I replied to them by saying he created that paradise called Abuja single-handedly. He never borrowed. Check it out. When you look at the planning of Abuja, Abuja was emulated after Milton Keynes. Guys, maybe I'll finish this up later on in the evening because I'm not done yet. I'm still coming back. So I will have to come back to part 2 because I got to go now. So this evening, I'll link up back with you and we will finish this off when I get home. So thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. I love to see all of you back again this evening. Fatai Lawal, McCharles, Rita Morgan, Pastor Adio Janino, thank you all for watching. I'll be back because this is not going to go away because I'm going to go into the part 2. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. God bless you.